Hi, hello there, and welcome back to Formula Amateur, where today we'll be discussing the comparisons and the differences between four different motorsport categories, the highest of those categories, and we'll be comparing things such as team sizes, how many races they have, how many points each race you can win, how much that awards you, and things like that. So let's talk about that. So in terms of how many teams there are on the grid in Formula One, there are 11, which is it has been a while since there have been 11 teams on the grid. In World Endurance, there are 14 hypercar teams and 18 LMGT teams. They are two different classes taking part in one race. Hypercar is significantly faster than LMGT3. LMGT3 is sort of a support series, but also not in World Endurance. If you want to know a bit more about that, listen to my World Endurance Championship episode. In Formula E, there are 10 teams, and in IndyCar, there are 11 teams. In Formula One, there are 22 cars, so there are 22 cars and 22 drivers. Which may seem obvious. That's two people per team, but in World Endurance is where it gets a bit different because there are 42 plus or minus drivers and there are 35 cars. So that means that in a lot of those instances, there are teams that have one driver, there are teams that have two drivers, there are teams that have three drivers, depending on their availability, their health conditions, maybe something has happened that they can't take part, or the team wants every single driver to take part in the race, so it's quite race dependent, but a lot of cars have multiple people for one car. And in Formula E, there are 20 cars and 20 drivers. Once again, that's two drivers per team. And in IndyCar are anywhere between 25 and 31 drivers, so anywhere between 25 and 31 cars. Typically it's 25, but for Indy 500 there are 30 to 31 cars, depending on how many drivers have qualified or signed up to take part in the famous race, which is the next race in the IndyCar it's the next race in the IndyCar schedule. And in terms of the tyres, Formula One famously uses Pirelli and has done for over 500 races. And in World Endurance, there are two classes, Michelin and Goodyear. Goodyear used for the LMGT3 series. They can also win the Wingfoot Award for Driver of the Day. Not available for the Michelin Run Hypercar series. They do not have that award or anything similar. Hypercar runs on Michelin. And Formula E run on Hankook tyres. IndyCar runs on Firestone Firehawk tyres. In terms of how many races there are per season, typically in Formula One there are 24 if there are no disruptions, collisions, things like that, as we've experienced this year. For now, it looks like we are looking at a 22 race calendar, but it would have been 24. In World Endurance, it's the shortest of the four. They only have 8 races per season. In Formula E, they have 18 races, and in IndyCar, they have 7. And in terms of the points earned per race, in Formula One, for first position in a normal race, it's 25 points. In second is 18. In third is 15. In fourth is 12. In fifth is 10, in sixth is 8, in seventh is 6, in eighth is 4, in ninth is 2, in 10th is 1. But in the sprint, only the top 8 get points. So in first you get 8, in second you get 7, in third you get 6, in fourth you get 5, in fifth you get 4, in sixth you get third, in seventh you get 2, and in eighth you get 1. In World Endurance, which is quite the outlier for a lot of these, there are points differences depending on the length of the race itself. So for any 6-hour race for both classes, and all of this is for both classes, in first position in the 6-hour race you get 25 points, for second you get 18, third 15, fourth 12, fifth 10th, sixth 7th 6, eighth 4, and ninth 2, and 10 1. In 8 or 10-hour races you get 38 points for first, 27 for second, 23rd for third, 18 for fourth, 15 for fifth, 12 for sixth, 7th you get 9, for 8th you get 6, for 9 you get 3, and for 10 you get 2. And for the 24-hour of Le Mans, in first you get 50, in second you get 36, in third you get 30, in fourth you get 24, in fifth you get 20, in sixth you get 16, in seventh you get 12, in eighth you get 8, in ninth you get 4, in 10th you get 2, plus every team also for each race, whoever qualifies in pole position gets an extra point. Any team that finishes anywhere below the 11th position gets half a point. In Formula E, it is similar to Formula 1, where first is 25, and then 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. But pole position gets 3 points, and the fastest lap gets an extra point as well. And in terms of IndyCar, it is a similar point system to IndyCar Next. So in first position you get 50, second 40, third 35, fourth 32, fifth 30, sixth 28, seventh 26, 8th 24, 9th 22, 10 20, 11 19, 12 18, 13 17, 14th 16, 15 15, 16th 14th 17th 13th 8th 12th 19th 11, 20th 10, 21 9, 22nd 8th 23rd 7, 24th 6th, and 25th 5. And then for pole position you get an extra point. Every single person who leads at least one lap gets an extra point, and the person who has most laps wins an extra 2 points as well. But there is also a different point system for the Indy 500 itself. In first position you get 12, and then second 11, third 10, fourth 9th, 7th 8, 6th 7, 7th 6, 8th 5th 5, 9th 4, 10th 3, 11 2, 12 1, and from my research only the top 12 actually get points. And finally we are going to talk about when these sports have actually first started and how long they've been going on for. So Formula 1 achieved its championship status in 1950. Famously, last year they celebrated their 75th anniversary, so they have been going on for 76 years now. World Endurance as a championship as we know it today has started in 2012, so it's been going on for 14 years. And in reverse of that, Formula E received its championship status in 2014, so it has been going on for 12 years. And IndyCar has a championship accredited racing series. It started in 1994, so that makes it 32 years old. But Indy 500 has been going on for a very long time. In fact, this Indy 500 race will be its 110th. Thank you so much for listening to another episode or watching of Formula Amateur. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Don't forget to check out my lovely colleagues on the Be the Change Media Network. Don't forget to check out BeTheChangeMediaNetwork.com. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and don't forget that the Canadian Grand Prix race rundown is coming up, so be on the lookout for that one. Goodbye.